Hi, I'm Jackie Batson. I'm the Executive Director for Calera Main Street. Oh gosh, 10 to 15 years. So I was a sector switcher. I went from the corporate world into the nonprofit world in 2010. And that basically opened up an opportunity to be a little more mission based. I went into a faith based organization initially. I was a pregnancy resource center event director and then center director and executive director along the way over several years. And then we moved over to Alabama and staying in the nonprofit world, I initially got my foot in the door in a new state through the Birmingham Zoo. And then I also spent some time as an executive director for a women's resource. It was a recovery center, basically a sober living center, working with women in recovery from alcohol and addiction challenges. That was called Focus on Recovery. And then I stepped out of that world and I'm in uh, revitalization. So, working in public private partnerships with the local municipality to try to help restore and revitalize their downtown district, the historic district, for 4 years. Calera became a designated Main Street city under the Main Street, Alabama umbrella in 2019. And before that, we had, still a very interesting downtown, but had been very neglected. It was just forgotten, as many small towns have been. They say basically the advent of the interstate system and then, of course, big box stores and malls and all of that in the 80s really changed how people shop, obviously, and that's still changing today. But clearly, at that time, people weren't going downtown to buy their jeans and their work boots and things anymore. And so that really modified things. And so those old buildings just fell vacant and in disrepair. So when we started in 2019, downtown Calera had an 84% vacancy rate, and we've gotten it down to 23 now. We still have a lot that the city wants to see. All of our community as a whole, we are seeking restaurants and entertainment options. So there are a lot more in terms of opportunities that we are seeking, but we've come a long way. We've opened 10 new businesses and expanded two of them. We've had dozens and dozens of events. We've basically created a downtown that people want to enjoy again. But it's my goal to turn it into a destination. And we are working really hard on a redevelopment plan. We are underway with a pavilion right now. And phase one of this major plan will be completed in about a year. So we've got a lot more coming. It's going to be much prettier, but we've got a great area for our community to gather. And it's already established as an entertainment district. So just ready for some of those restaurants. Well, event wise, we started small, because we had nothing initially. Now, the city does some great events. The city has, for many, many years, they have hosted Christmas events and a great parade and a strawberry festival. That's really what Calera has been known for. And of course, our Parks and Rec department do a wonderful job with that and various little things for the community like movie nights and other opportunities. But downtown, what we wanted to do ultimately was training our community that there's a reason to come downtown again. And it is always to expose our merchants to foot traffic, obviously. So we started with just a farmer's market, and that was weekly, and that was challenging because it was really repetitive. It was the same thing all the time, and got kind of challenging to produce. But as we, at the end of every year, we look at everything and analyze and try to figure out how to make it better. And so the next year we turned it into monthly events. So it's our first Friday festival series. Did that for a little while, learned about timing on that. It's very difficult to compete with Friday night football in the South. So we limited our schedule. It's 6 months out of the year now from March to August. is our First Friday series. And we've improved that by making it a different theme every month and a different presenting sponsor. So each one is unique. You'll see a lot of the same vendors and food trucks, obviously, but there's a fun, cool theme every month. Like we've got a crawfish boil, we have a cornhole tournament, we have various things like that, a food truck slider showdown, and always our Meet the Eagles is in August to roll out a pep rally for all of our kids. Oh yeah. hmm Yes, so those are our festivals where they come out, and I mean we'll have anywhere from 500 to 5,000 people depending on the event. Of course, our July 4th one is our biggest one. That is huge with fireworks. It's the first time Calera had ever had fireworks. So we do that annually. Really, our largest event next to the 4th of July is our trunk or treat. And we have done that for 5 years, and that has been a tremendous community event. When we started that, this is kind of a fun story. I had just gotten the job, and our local pastor, Ben Nelson, he said, "Hey, we'll do something for the city." He pastors Collectivist Church, which is part of our Main Street district. And the church is always there to do whatever the city needs. And we said, sure, we just pulled together 20 trunks and thought if we had a few hundred people, that would be a wild success, right? Well, we had a couple thousand. It was nuts. People were wrapped around the block down toward the intermediate school, and it just went on and on until luckily it started raining, because we never ran out of candy. We kept replenishing, and it was a wild and crazy night, but we learned a lot, and it has just grown and grown ever since. So even through COVID, when we had to pivot, like we had to do with everything, we created a drive-through version. So people could bring their families and hold a bag out the window and get candy as they drove through each trunk. So it was still exciting, but it was customized. And this last year, though, we were walkable again, and we had so many people. Um, well, I guess we did it for 2 years. We've had around 60 different stations for activities and candy and opportunities for everybody to walk through the merchants and see dozens of trunks outside as well. So it was a lot of fun. Well, most people will start at our coffee shop. We have Adventurers Coffee Company, and they are a local roaster. They get their beans, international beans, and they bring them right here to Calera, Alabama, and they roast them there into different roasts. And they've got some really amazing coffee to choose from. Lots of different things. Even if you're not a coffee lover, they have amazing. Full menu from teas and elixirs and various things there as well. So a lot of people will hang out there and read a book, visit with each other, have some breakfast or lunch. And then, of course, you'll want to go next door to visit Plant, which is our local gift shop. She specializes in house plants, gifts, and decor, and she has florals as well. So you can pick up some gorgeous flowers or register for an event, have her style an event, a wedding, or even a birthday party. You can do things on site or off site there. And of course, you don't want to miss our bakery. That's Creations Galore and More. And talk about events. She does amazing cakes for any type of event. She's pretty famous in the bridal world, so that's very exciting. And you can go get a sweet treat there anytime. She also has an event space there, so she does a lot. She hosts a lot of trainings, and she loves to teach. And it's a great place for cookie decorating and cake decorating education there. We have a couple of different gym opportunities for people that want to get fit while they're there. Let's see, Collectivist Church and Event Center is right on that same block, so you can lease that for any special event or wedding. We have Fuzzy Butt's Pet Supply, which is just the best place to shop for our four-legged best friends. They have everything that you need, all types of food and supplies there as well. And, you just want to kind of walk around and enjoy. We have ROE Hobby, and they actually have a full bar inside too if you want to get a beer or a glass of wine or something. And we are now an entertainment district. And I mentioned before that we're working hard on completing a pavilion and a play area and it's going to be a huge space for events, but also daily as an entertainment district, you'll be able to sit outside on a bench and enjoy the weather and visit with friends and watch the kids play. Our district really is built at the crossroads of our two major trains. We've got the CSX Railroad and the L&N Railroad, and you don't go through Calera without experiencing trains. But while we appreciate the history, we are also very excited to have been awarded a grant to build a bridge over the train. So in our near future, we'll be able to at least get around the train a lot more easily. And that's going to really help our streetscapes and all of the opportunity for our revitalization downtown, because it will alleviate some of the truck traffic, because of course we're also very grateful for our foundation in the lime industry and all of our quarries nearby, but that does create a lot of truck traffic. So we're excited about having an alternative for that. But when you mention trains, you've got to think about the Heart of Dixie Railroad Museum, and that is just across the railroad track from us. They are kind of in our Main Street district, and very, very walkable. And we're going to also be working on some, signage and wayfinding and some paths. We want to be able to have folks come and park at any one spot and then walk to all the others. So you could spend a day. You could come ride the train. You could walk to one of our parks. You could play disc golf. We've got Dynamic Discs, which is one of the very few disc golf retailers in the state, right here in downtown Calera. And of course, we will have many places to eat and gather. Well, our goal is the revitalization of downtown. So, as a historic district, we want to see all of these buildings saved and brought to life and revitalized with thriving businesses inside. The biggest thing that we're doing right now is the development plan in the Calera Courtyard. I've mentioned phase one, and that basically goes from the rear of the buildings to 17th Avenue. And the subsequent phases will go beyond toward 18th Avenue. And those will include, a big stage and the opportunity for bigger programming with concerts and festivals, that type of thing. But right now, up to 17th Avenue is going to include everything we need to really improve and get started on our entertainment. So we have a 50 by 100 foot pavilion that has already erected, but it's going to continue being beautified. That should be complete here this winter. And then we'll be working on new parking, paving, concrete, landscaping, some beautiful work right all the way up to the building. So there will be a 10-foot walkway of beautiful brick pavers that goes from the alley, which we've been working hard to activate that alley. We have a new Coca-Cola mural there. A big arch is planned. And so basically it will continue from the alley all the way behind the buildings to a new sidewalk that connects to Highway 25 as well. So within about a year, all of that will be completed, and we'll have a huge inclusive play area as well. My favorite thing to do is building community, and even when I'm not working, I enjoy the event aspect of things. So I'd love to be able to visit some of our retailers like Plant and Creations Galore and More, and even Fuzzy Butts and Dynamic Discs when they have events. When I can come and participate and actually enjoy just like someone else in the community, that's a lot of fun to me, because we get to do things with friends and family that actually supports our small town, our small business owners. We're very grateful to work very closely with our city. Could not do what we do without the support of the city of Calera. We're very happy that our leadership believes in downtown and wants to see it thrive.